Hi everyone, how are you? I hope you all are having a beautiful day. It is absolutely gorgeous here. The sun is shining, clarity's coming in. The sparrows and pigeons came and talked to me. There's a message coming in about support coming in from the community. And we're on the cusp of a full moon and a lunar eclipse. This is like, I read somewhere online, when the full moon is mixed with the lunar eclipse, it expounds its effects, like exponentially. So your actions are going to have a huge effect right now. The actions that you take on the intentions that you've been making. I'm gonna pull some cards. At the bottom of the deck, we get try something new. I'm also hearing that the light is dissipating the fog, and that, oh no, it just blanked my mind. It'll come back to me. Oh yeah. And that abundance, your blessings are starting to come in. And that it's going to trickle in at first, and then it's going to come in much faster. Kind of like cracks from water. The more the water goes through the cracks, the bigger the cracks get. And the more water can rush in, basically. We've got the white stag, the protector, and a message in a bottle. These messages that are coming into you are protected somehow. Like your phone and your emails are being de-hacked or something. Uncloned. So that you can get pure messages. All that glitters. It looks to me like you're also getting a message from somebody that is going to sound great, but is not. It's coming from somebody wearing a mask. Sun. Your son is watched over and protected as he explores his world. Your children are protected in the same way you are. As your energy purifies, so does theirs. They are directly connected to your energy field. There's somebody trying to hold back communication. Possibly a Gemini. Doesn't want somebody to talk. Doesn't want somebody to speak the truth. Mystified innuendo. They're just talking gibberish. It's all gibberish. It might look shiny and new, but it's just gibberish. And that's a 10. You're at the completion of something. You're transitioning into the end of a cycle. And here it is again. The inverted, I shuffled it back in the deck, but the inverted Gemini communication. So there's some kind of communication coming in, possibly from a Gemini, that is going to be masked. It's not real. Dragon's Horde, protecting the future. Inverted. This is somebody that did not protect their future. Or the future of their children. Their children are not protected, is what I just heard. Inverted share. They failed to share something with you. They failed to communicate something with you. And now they want to come in and pretend like they're communicating something real, but it's not. They're still hiding the truth of what actually needs to come out. Pregnancy. The birth of a child brings great blessings to you and the world. You could be having a child, a son, even. It looks like. Or you're just birthing new ideas, trying something new. We're entering into a new world. A world that is joyful. So, coming from a world of slave labor, it's might be a leap to find things that you enjoy. So try stuff that's new. Forgive, inverted. Don't forgive these people for what they've done. Forgive yourself. Everybody needs to forgive themselves and quit minding other people's business and trying to forgive everybody. That's not what's going on here. You have to forgive yourself and accept what they've done. They need to forgive themselves for what they've done. Part of learning to forgive yourself is going through all of the motions of grieving your actions to the point where you can forgive yourself. You feel like you've properly repented for your sin. That's why you're able to forgive yourself, because you repent. How can you forgive somebody that doesn't repent? It's really none of your business. And in that instance, you take on their karma. You're shielding them from their bad karma. Oh no, those days are so over. A lot of the stuff that they teach in the Bible is to improve their slave trade, to make us more submissive. Monroe wants me to tell you, he was not a submissive. He's got some fire in him too. He just needed our assistance. We had to beef up the game, he said. Thoughts. This person is thinking about you. Let me get clarification, because this could go a lot of ways. See what they really want to talk about. It looks like they're thinking about a house. They're thinking about you being in a house, a house filled with love and light. And this is something they were trying to stop. Let's just say Artemis of the Forest. Now you're independent and free, 32. They didn't want you to be independent. They didn't want you to have this home. They didn't want you to have love and light in your home. They didn't want your children to love you. They didn't want you to have children. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. So it looks to me like this drama is coming to an end. There's a lot of completion cards. Listen to your true feelings. Sit with your thoughts. Figure out exactly how you feel about things and go with that. Because our intuition is ruling the day right now. Everything is an illusion. Everything is fake. And that was another thing that's even coming up right now that I was told earlier. There's so much stuff that's fake. And these people are putting out messages to God knows who, pretending to be you. And causing a certain amount of drama doing so. You also have messages that are being blocked from you. Hopefully this is what's coming to an end also. Infinite abundance. That's coming in. And this infinite abundance is attached to a house. It looks like a really nice house. Abundance is pouring into your life. And I don't know why this is coming up, but in America, the United States, a lot of people do live in houses, except for in big cities. They have more apartment complexes. But when it comes to renting, apartments are typically a little bit cheaper, but you can't have pets. When it comes to buying a house or an apartment, I think it's cheaper to buy a house, unless you buy a house with HOA fees. But like when you buy an apartment, when I was looking, you pretty much pay the same thing, and then you end up having to pay monthly still for the remainder of your life there. So somebody was saying that it'd be a lot cheaper if people in the United States lived in apartments. And I'm trying to explain, it's not really cheaper necessarily. Definitely in the inner city, like in the big cities. But, so just to mention, begin now. Take your first step. So whatever this something new that you're trying is, just take a step. Start now. That was another thing I saw. There was some magic done to the collective last night, I believe. It was death magic, and I saw it in a candle. But, I believe it might have even been candle magic. But regardless, as we know, this stuff isn't working. I'm just letting you know, they're still trying. They're still really trying. Oh, that's another thing I was going to tell you guys about. I, was telling you in an earlier reading that we needed to call on our ancestors, the deities, gods and goddesses, the multidimensional beings that have incarnated on Earth thousands of times simultaneously. These are people you know, okay? Or people you've known. And their spirit is very alive, regardless of if they're now incarnated here or not. And I was talking about calling them in to help us with stopping the counterforce from their attack. And in the shower today, I really connect with water. And in the shower today, I had two of the deities I was talking to you guys about show up. Like, I saw them and I talked to them. Goddess Kali and Ganesh. And Ganesh was like grandpa's spirit. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if one of my grandpas, a very particular grandpa of mine, but this one grandpa of mine was Ganesh incarnated. And then one of them, and then Kali was like totally like a Lilith character. Very free-spirited, like dreadlocks, kind of messy hair, and just real feisty, but very sweet. Oh, I loved them. And Ganesh seems very calm for a destroyer being. And Kali was like a blue tint. But, yeah, they came and spoke directly to me. I've been calling out to them, but that was the first time I ever spoke to them and saw them. I've spoken to Manru and been able to see Manru for about a year now. But, it's the first time I ever really saw any other deities, gods, goddesses like that. It was pretty exciting. So they're there and they're accessible. I don't know if it's something like you have to call on them 3 times. You know, like they really want you to focus your energy. It can't be haphazard. You have to be sure of what you're asking for. So that's what I learned today in the shower. I think I'm going to end this here, and I'll get back to y'all very soon. I love you, and have a beautiful... Oh, and thank you for the donations. Y'all, in the description box is where my Cash App and PayPal is. I really appreciate it. It helps me so flipping much. You have no idea. Thank you. And I'll be back to you very soon.